Hi everyone, I'm Stan from Eagle Vision. I'm here with Dom Cosentino. Dom, welcome.
Thank you, Stan.
So now we're talking about acquiring high-rise buildings, and Dom has been a managing partner of a company called PKF in Adelaide. He's a specialist in property and investment advice, and he's been running PKF for about 21 years. So Dom, how did it all start?
Well, Stan, we have been an accounting firm for 25 years, and about several years ago we thought that we wanted to offer more to our clients rather than just compliance work. Right. So we got together and we thought that, well, having syndicates in properties might be an area that we should at least investigate.
Yep. Yeah, and so then over the last sort of 10 years, I didn't mention, but you've acquired 3 high-rise office buildings in the CBD of Adelaide. So how were you able to actually get that going?
Well, it is a long process, Stan, and the first thing we had to do was to organise our AFSL licence, and this is a licence that enables us to go to investors and raise money from them, in particular for these buildings that we purchased. Yep. It is an area that's heavily regulated and governed, and so this AFSL licence, which took us a couple of years to get, was an important first step in the process.
Right, and then with that AFSL licence, what does it allow you to do?
Well, the AFSL licence enables us to purchase properties, but it's a specific AFSL licence. It only enables us to go to what we call sophisticated investors, and they are investors that have net assets of $2.5 million, or an income of $250,000 per year for the last 2 years. Right. So it's a very specific AFSL licence. Okay,
and then what kind of regulation is there around it? Do you have to meet regularly? How does it sort of work?
Yeah, it's an extremely heavy regulated industry and a regulated licence. Yeah. And it requires us to, well, in our case, we meet quarterly. It required us to put together a certain professionals, which included legal professionals, accounting professionals, a responsible manager. Yep. And we also have a real estate specialist and an engineer in our group. Yeah. And they meet quarterly and they discuss all of the requirements that the AFSL licence needs.
And I remember that earlier you mentioned that you put together a bit of a mandate, so a direction of how you're going to acquire. What was that all about?
Well, at the time we thought, well, what will we do? The directors of the particular business thought that we would deal in properties somewhere between the vicinity of $20 and $40 million. Yep. And that they would be in the Adelaide CBD, and we chose office space for those particular buildings.
Okay, and was there a reason why you went for office versus retail or some other?
At the time, we thought that office space was where we felt most comfortable with and we had the most expertise in. Yeah, right. And that's not to say that our next building will be in office space, but at this stage, that's what we've been dealing with.
And what were the returns like? Obviously, we're not giving any kind of advice, but just in general as an idea versus what some other things.
Yeah, well, with everything, there's a bit of risk in all of this, and so your returns reflect the risk that you had. So they were in the vicinity of 6 to 7 or 8% net return.
Right. Yep, so pretty solid kind of projects.
Yeah.
Very good. Look, that's all that we sort of want to talk about in the acquisition side of things. Next time around, we'll talk about the management of these high-rise office buildings. Thanks so much for watching.